Caitlin Clark came back, bruh.
The WNBA has never seen
21 million people. People pulling crazy viewership.
Caitlin Clark return against the New York Liberty with a phenomenal, epic, legendary performance.
Nobody in the WNBA has ever done what Caitlin Clark is doing.
I mean, it could very well be the highest viewed ABC game of all time. Very good chance of that happening.
Caitlin Clark just did it again. And this time, the whole country was watching.
Caitlin Clark coming back was a major factor to why the Indiana Fever played like this.
She is just absolutely undeniable, and her return to the Indiana Fever showed it once again.
Her latest battle against the New York Liberty wasn't just another WNBA game. It was a national moment. With millions tuning in across the country, she proved, once again, why she's the most electrifying player in basketball right now.
Caitlin Clark's return from injury helps Indiana Fever produce record WNBA TV viewership. 21 million.
Caitlin drives ratings. We know how much Caitlin drives attention on the WNBA, and for her to come back and do it in that way was just ridiculous.
Her return lit up the league. Fans packed the arena, social media exploded, and viewership hit record highs. And none of it was hype. This was the real deal.
You don't see the logo three. You don't see the huge step back three in a crucial moment of the game to tie it all up. Like you don't see all of that.
From deep threes to game-changing plays, Caitlin owned the spotlight like only a generational talent can. So if you're a believer in what she's building, smash that like button, subscribe for more on her historic run, and drop CC100 in the comments to show you're rocking with the GOAT in the making. Let's get into it.
Men lie, women lie, and numbers don't. And the numbers just prove Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever is a better team than the New York Liberty. What we seen today was a top-notch MVP performance by Caitlin Clark, arguably the best performance of her WNBA career.
The Indiana Fever's recent showdown against the New York Liberty wasn't just another regular season WNBA game. It was a turning point, a moment that felt bigger than basketball. From the moment the ball tipped off, it was clear that this was going to be something special. And at the center of it all was the name that's become impossible to ignore, Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark is the best basketball player in the world.
Caitlin Clark stepping back on the floor made all the difference in the world.
Caitlin Clark, 9 points in 20 or 38 seconds. Oh my goodness.
She is the difference maker. She is the needle mover. She is the face of basketball right now.
Coming off a brief injury scare, all eyes were on her return. And she didn't waste a second proving why she's the most electrifying athlete in the sport right now.
Now, we all know Caitlin Clark got game. That ain't nothing new. But look how valuable she is to the team. Most valuable player. And I believe she's back in the running for the MVP race.
The crowd was roaring. The energy was off the charts. Every time she touched the ball, the atmosphere shifted. Fans could feel something historic happening. And they were right. Caitlin put on an absolute masterclass.
When she has 9 assists, you're like, oh, 9 assists. Okay, so she passed the ball and someone shot and made it. Okay, so she passed the ball and someone was doing a backdoor cut and made a layup. But you don't see the behind the back passes. You don't see the pass from the one foul line thrown across the court to at the, right at the rim. I mean, you don't see the logo three. You don't see the huge step back three in a crucial moment of the game to tie it all up. Like you don't see all of that.
Whether it was hitting deep threes with zero hesitation, threading no-look passes through defenders, or leading her team with veteran-like poise, she was in complete control.
We see Caitlin Clark performances in Iowa. We saw her historic rookie season, and then coming back against the New York Liberty saying, no, I don't want to wait for Connecticut. Give me the best team in the league. Give me the second best team in the league on national TV, and let me put on a show for the people.
She didn't just play well, she took over the entire game. Her presence demanded respect, not just from her opponents, but from every viewer across the country glued to their screens. And speaking of viewers, let's talk about the numbers.
The Fever just got sent held. They just got to the organization. And was the organization general? No. It was, in fact, the former GM of the Fever. Caitlin Clark's return from injury helps Indiana Fever produce record WNBA TV viewership. 21 million.
The matchup between the Fever and the Liberty drew a mind-blowing 20.9 million viewers. That's right, 20.9 million. For a regular season WNBA game, it's a number that has redefined what's possible for women's sports. It puts this game up there with some of the most watched moments in professional basketball history, and it didn't happen by accident. It happened because Caitlin Clark is that magnetic.
She has great range, and her ability to get her shot off is really impressive, especially with missing some games. And so obviously on a personal level, I'm really happy to see her back out on the court, healthy, feeling good, because obviously it's important for them. Just for her, I'm happy she's back.
She's a once-in-a-generation player whose influence extends far beyond the hardwood. Whether you're a lifelong WNBA fan or someone tuning in for the first time, she makes you care. She makes you watch. She makes the game feel important. She's not just driving numbers, she's driving a movement.
Caitlin Clark came and put on a show, 32 points, the Indiana Fever, taking down the undefeated New York Liberty. And you know that media had to talk about it after being ignored, after nobody brings up the WNBA while Caitlin Clark's out. She's back, and so is the media talking.
This wasn't just a big game. This was a statement, a bold declaration that the future of the WNBA isn't coming. It's already here, and her name is Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark is here to stay and, be a top star for a long time. And to be one of the best players, but I think anytime, a team gets Caitlin Clark back, they're going to be that much stronger, and the WNBA is going to be that much stronger by proxy of getting Caitlin Clark back.
After all the hype, all the pressure, and the national spotlight burning bright, Caitlin Clark didn't flinch. She stepped onto the court against one of the WNBA's most stacked, physical, and confident teams, the New York Liberty, and delivered a performance that left fans, analysts, and even her opponents stunned.
She's back, and of course, they are back talking about Caitlin Clark.
From the very beginning, Clark looked locked in. She wasn't just running plays. She was dictating the entire flow of the game. Her movement off the ball created constant chaos for Liberty defenders, and her ability to shift gears, going from calm to explosive in seconds, made her completely unpredictable.
Came back to back logo threes. For a minute, man, I told the chat, call the cops on Caitlin Clark for logo abuse.
Within a single stretch, she buried 3 logo range three-pointers in just 38 seconds. The arena erupted. Commentators couldn't believe what they were watching.
Breanna Stewart in this game, where Stewie was just like, I have to give it up. I can't deny it either. What it is, right? Like laughing in the midst of everything that went on. Breanna Stewart reacting to Caitlin Clark out there on the floor and just smiling. That was the reaction that Stewie had when Clark hit one of those threes in her face. She had this big cheesing grin that you saw.
Even Liberty star Breanna Stewart, known for her intensity, cracked a smile after Caitlin launched one from way downtown right in her face.
She hit the logo bombs, 3 of them in 38 seconds. The kind of things that just make you make incomprehensible noises, like, ah! Like you can't control it.
But Clark didn't stop there. Her final stat line told part of the story: 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. But what the numbers don't fully show is how completely she took over.
The Indiana Fever, it's like BC, BC before Christ, only like before Caitlin. It's the Indiana Fever before Caitlin and the Indiana Fever after Caitlin. She is like 1000%.
Her court vision was next level. Her passes were threading through tight windows, opening up shots for teammates who suddenly looked more confident just by sharing the court with her. Players like Kelsey Mitchell fed off that energy, and the Fever's offense ran like a machine, sharp, fast, and unselfish. And defensively, Caitlin was locked in.
And the numbers just prove Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever is a better team than the New York Liberty.
The word undeniable exists for a reason, and it applies to Caitlin Clark.
She moved with purpose, rotated aggressively, and didn't back down from physical contact. Even when Liberty tried to rough her up or close down her space, she responded not with words, but with buckets. Let's talk about Natasha Cloud, Liberty's defensive anchor, who had previously been vocal about shutting Clark down. But on this night, it was the complete opposite. Cloud struggled to stay in front of her, committed fouls, and eventually found herself benched after being overwhelmed by Caitlin's relentless pressure. And as for Sabrina Ionescu, yes, she had her moments. But when it came to controlling the game, the floor belonged to Clark.
I'd be more concerned of her live ball turnovers than dead ball, to be honest. But Caitlin in the first half played the best half I've seen from a WNBA player all year. She dominated. They couldn't do anything. They could not live with her. Yes, she slowed down the second half.
That is not common. We are in rare air here.
What made it even more satisfying was how Caitlin didn't celebrate with arrogance. She let her game do all the talking. That quiet confidence, that ability to perform at the highest level without the drama, is what separates stars from legends. The Liberty came into this game undefeated, dominant, untouchable. But Caitlin Clark made them look human.
Every team in the WNBA, the up-tempo, fast-playing teams are the most exciting to watch, and maybe they're not in first and second place, and that may be because the faster teams have younger players, including the Mercury, including the Valkyries, including the Mystics. But once those younger players start leveling up and getting to the level of competition that the older players, the players that have been in the league for 2-3 years.
She dismantled their defense, broke their rhythm, and most of all, shifted the momentum of the entire WNBA season in one night. This wasn't just a win for the Fever. This was a warning shot to the rest of the league. Caitlin Clark isn't coming. She's already here. And she's making the best teams in the league look like they've got no answers.
I'm super, super excited on Mancy to get out there and probably shake off a little bit of rust and play.
Caitlin Clark isn't just playing in the WNBA. She's transforming it. Every time she steps onto the court, the league feels different. The energy is bigger, the audience is louder, and the impact, it's undeniable.
It's going to be a big one seeing Caitlin Clark back in an Indiana Fever uniform. They ain't winning this game. You're acting like the Liberty have Phoebus or Jonquel Jones. So we've got a possibly healthy Caitlin Clark. This changes absolutely everything, lads.
This isn't hype. It's the rise of a generational athlete whose presence alone is reshaping how women's basketball is seen, celebrated, and consumed around the world.
Caitlin Clark is back. The Indiana Fever have not been shooting threes, which is just kind of crazy for the Indiana Fever. This is like something the team is known for, but something the team is known for specifically because Caitlin Clark is on the team.
Across the country and even internationally, fans are tuning in just to see her. Tickets for her games are selling out in advance, not only in Indiana, but in every city she visits. Merch is flying off the shelves. Her jersey is among the most in demand in all of basketball. And broadcasters, they're clearing primetime slots to make sure her games get top billing.
Caitlin Clark coming back, and she's talking about playing fast. She's talking about playing with pace. She's talking about playing up-tempo.
This is what it looks like when one player starts pulling an entire league into the spotlight. But it's not just about popularity, it's about purpose.
I'll deal with it for Caitlin Clark. If she's not playing, nah, I'm not sitting through that junk.
Caitlin Clark is bringing in new fans. People who never followed the WNBA before, but now stay glued to every Fever game. Young girls are showing up courtside wearing her name.
Sophie Cunningham, also a big perimeter shooter. And something that I've noticed in a lot of the Indiana Fever losses is that other teams are out shooting them beyond the arc. And then there was the thing that Kelsey Mitchell being the team being defined by their paint touches, which was like a little bit shocking for a lot of people to hear. Kelsey Mitchell, she is a sniper. She is a sniper from deep. And the thing is Kelsey Mitchell has been taking threes. She has just not been drilling them.
College players see her and realize there's a future worth fighting for in the pros. She's more than a player. She's a symbol of what's possible. And the way she's carrying herself through it all, calm, focused, driven.
So Caitlin Clark moving in practice? She's moving as well as she has. Shooting turnaround fadeaways in the practice squad? Okay, yeah, she's feeling it. You can tell when Caitlin Clark feels okay. You can just tell by the way she's reacting after making plays if she's all right.
She's not distracted by noise or pressure. She plays with the same fire, whether it's her home court or a hostile away crowd. She's earned respect not just for her scoring and playmaking, but for her leadership, maturity, and relentless work ethic.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball, period.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT.
She signed my jersey. So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball. Period.
She just brings so much passion to the game, and look at all these people that just want to come and see her.
It is no secret that the Indiana Fever are the most popular team in the WNBA. It is good for the entire WNBA.
On a team that struggled in recent seasons, she's already created a culture shift, a new identity, a new standard. What makes Caitlin truly special is that this is just the beginning.
I want to see exactly what Caitlin Clark said. Getting out there, playing fast, up-tempo, and spamming pick and roll with Aaliyah Boston. Spam, pick and roll with Aaliyah Boston. Like I told you earlier, Ari McDonald is released, but Stephanie White did have some nice parting words for one Ari McDonald after all of the great minutes that she gave us.
She's not even at her peak, and yet her influence is already echoing across the entire basketball world. We're watching records break, audiences grow, and headlines change, all because of one player who refuses to settle for anything less than greatness.
They need to change the pacing because every team in the WNBA, the up-tempo, fast-playing teams are the most exciting to watch, and maybe they're not in first and second place, and that may be because the faster teams have younger players, including the Mercury, including the Valkyries, including the Mystics. But once those younger players start leveling up and getting to the level of competition that the older players, the players that have been in the league for 2-3 years,
this is the Caitlin Clark effect. Not a trend, not a moment, a movement. And if this is what she's doing in her rookie season, imagine what the next 5 years are going to look like.
Caitlin Clark was just cleared to play. I'm shocked.
Caitlin Clark officially.
Caitlin Clark didn't just return to the court. She reignited the game. From the lights in the arena to the eyes watching from around the world, her presence turned a regular season moment into something unforgettable.
Back in action.
Caitlin Clark will be back on the court. She has been medically cleared to be back on the court.
Caitlin Clark is ready to go.
And the truth is, this is just the start. With every pass, every deep three, and every step on the hardwood, she's not just leading a team, she's leading a movement.
In certain parts of a timeout, like sometimes your coaches are going to be doing interviews, sometimes your coaches aren't going to be there, and Caitlin Clark ended up taking over. I guess, and it's not the first time we've seen Caitlin Clark take over in a timeout setting. Like we saw her when she was injured, when her and Sophie were injured, Caitlin kind of taking over the team. And this isn't the first time we saw it. And it's one of those things we've seen her doing this when she's been injured, and now she's doing it when she's on the floor. And for me, I think this is a really big thing. I think this is really, really important when it comes to...
The way people talk about the WNBA is different now. The way it's watched, followed, and respected is evolving. And Caitlin is at the heart of that change. She's not here to play by the old rules. She's here to raise the bar, inspire a generation, and leave her mark on the game forever.
Yeah, happy for them. Yeah, it's incredibly exciting. You know, I'm just really happy for them. I don't think Rick gets, enough credit for what he's been able to do. Obviously, one of the best coaches of all time. Has a great basketball mind, and the way they play basketball is not, not a lot of people still play that way in today's world. And I think young kids, like if you watch basketball, you turn on and watch the Pacers. It's unselfish. They play for each other. They play fast. They play up tempo. They do things the right way. Whether you're a starter or whether you're coming off the bench, you're giving everything you can to your team, and it's really fun to watch. And more than anything, they're just really great people. They're good guys. So yeah, I've been really fortunate to be here during this time. So hopefully they can finish it out in 5, because I won't be able to come for Game 6. So I'll have to make an appearance tonight, even though we play at 3. I'll be there at least for a little bit. So hopefully they can win tonight as well. Thank you.
There was imaging done to tell that my leg is okay. Like we're not guessing, we're not going off of feeling. So I can find confidence in that we know we weren't able to find anything or see anything, and that was kind of my all clear. I knew I was feeling really good, so that wasn't a surprise by any means that it looked that way when we had the imaging done. But yeah, I mean, I felt really good. And then honestly, just sprinting as, you know, change of direction and sprinting in the game of basketball, that's, you know, the biggest part of it. So me feeling comfortable to be able to do those type of things and those type of movements. And after we saw the imaging, I was good.
So to anyone still wondering if she's worth the attention, just look at the scoreboard, the crowd, the numbers, and the passion. This is what greatness looks like in real time. If you believe Caitlin Clark isn't just the future, but the now, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. She's GOAT already. We'll be back with more fire on her journey soon. Until then, keep watching history unfold.